of you. Close together, we're gathered here to celebrate a moment you'll always treasure. We ask Allah to make your love last forever. Let's raise our hands and make dua like the Prophet taught us. And with one voice, let's all say, Barakallahu lakuma wa baraka alaykuma wa jama'a baynakuma fi khair. Barakallahu lakuma wa baraka alaykuma wa jama'a baynakuma fi khair. From now you'll share all your joys, through hardships support each other, together worshiping Allah, seeking His pleasure. We pray that He will fill your life with happiness and blessings, and grant you kids who make your home filled with laughter. Let's raise our hands and make dua.
Okay, brothers and sisters, innocent children, our special guests are about to make their entrance. And can we give them a warm Qurtuba welcome to this stunning event here today?
وجمع بينكما في خير. بارك الله لكما وبارك عليكما وجمع بينكما في خير.
So on my right, if those of you can see me, I'm standing at the stage over here. Before I do the official welcomes and introductions, I'm just going to call upon the kids all the way from Lebanon as representatives of thousands of other children in. I call upon, I think, the little one who is standing right in the front. She's the youngest in the lot. I call upon.
Allah barik lahuma. Allah adim hub.
Come along, Ritaj. Behind Ritaj is Lama. Behind Lama is Zainab. Zainab. Lama is here waving. This is beautiful Zainab.
Like the Prophet taught us.
This is Nidals in the house. Behind Nidal is Zainab, followed by Hafiz Yaman.
بارك الله لكما وبارك عليكما
حمزة
بينكما في خير. بارك
ملك
لكما وبارك عليكما وجمع بينكما في
Doha. And the mayor of the entire group and the mayor of the Yasmin camp, Amin. Come on, Joburg, let's put our hands together and make some noise. Yes, absolutely. It's okay. Yeah, you're allowed to today. Nabila. Oh, sorry.
بارك الله بارك الله بارك الله بارك الله بارك الله لكم ولنا بارك الله لكم ولنا Allah barik lahuma, Allah adim hubbahuma, Allah salli wa sallim ala Rasulillah, Allah tub alayna.
Okay, you can stay right where you are. Can I just ask you to sit? There we go. Then those people at the back, can I ask those people at the back, maybe just join us in the front? I mean, you guys under the gazebos, they are fine. But those people sitting in Rudaput, can you guys come here a little bit? You know, those people in lands on this side, come here a little bit. Just for a short while. Don't worry, the basket's not going to go away. A lot of barakah in the basket, it will stay. So just gather around, please. Is my cap okay? Or? Then the people standing over here, if you guys can just sit, and those behind you can also see. Abhisab, can you guys sit down? Great. Okay, Nabila, you stand. I mean, who am I to tell you to sit, right? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Respected elders, ulama, brothers and sisters, innocent children, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. No. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. There we go. It's like a school assembly. Great stuff. All thanks and praises are due to Allah, by whose grace all things are made possible. On behalf of African Muslims Agency, it's a privilege to welcome each and every one of you to, as the sound and the man plays for us the beautiful sound, the sense of celebration, this day of love. And so on behalf of African Muslims Agency, having thanked Allah to the best of our ability, I want to thank each and every one of you for deciding to spend this gorgeous day in the company of young people who I say will change your life for forever. I want to, right in the very beginning though, make it very, very clear that these beautiful children are not exhibits. They're not here simply to be looked at. The message that they bring is more important, for they are the voices and they are the representatives of thousands of other children who are still in refugee camps, who are not in school. And that will unfold as the day goes on, yes? So when we interact with them, mashallah, beautiful, cute children, the way yours are, those of us that Allah is blessed with children, I want you more importantly to focus on the message. For, as I say, they are not exhibits. They are representatives of their friends and other members of the family. To ask Allah for His mercy, for Him to bless this occasion, we will commence with a few verses of the Holy Quran. And those of us who've been either on Instagram or some of the other videos, you have seen this particular little guy. We celebrated his birthday in Cape Town last week. He turned 9. He's just the cutest guy you can imagine. Once he sees a mic, he gets all wildly excited. And like, no, I need to speak, I need to sing, I need to recite. So without further ado, to deliver for us the opening recital, I call upon my main young man, Nidal. Nidal? Ah, here we go. Umar, he knows what to read? Quran?
زلزلة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Verily Allah has spoken the truth. Little Nidal. And so when he recites this beautiful verse, when Allah speaks about the end of days, when the earth will shake, to hear the angelic voice of a young boy like this, I think makes our hearts tremor as well. So today, if you don't mind, it needs to be as much fun as possible. And in order for that to be, you need to be a part of this, right? So it's not, we don't want to have just a huge presentation from the stage. We want to be engaging people, whether it's questions, discussions, etc. But to provide context as to what this day is all about and the crucial message that is involved therein. And I call upon my younger brother, from another mother, but a man of star quality, a person whose heart is steeped in humanity and the service of humanity. Is the director of the Western Cape region of the Africa Muslims Agency. Please, I'm going to ask you a little Qurtuba hand for Hafiz Hussein Chunara, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Uncle Ashraf, from all the introductions that I've had, this one is the most recent. Shukran for that. Uncle Ashraf is my principal, so if you cannot understand my language, we know who to speak to. On behalf of Africa Muslims Agency, today is a very special day. Today is an amazing day. Today, I've been touring with these kids, these angels, for 2 to 3 weeks, but I'm standing here with a lump in my throat. I'm standing here anxious, nervous, shaking, because I'm looking at you, I'm looking at the turnout, and it is overwhelming. And your support means so much more, and I wish you could understand the depth of what that means. So what is the One Child, One Dream Tour? Why are 10 Syrian and Palestinian refugee children with us here in South Africa for the first time ever? Refugee children from the refugee camps in Lebanon, from the Amman school that Africa Muslims Agency owns in Lebanon. They provide formal education. For the first time ever, these children were able to travel and experience a different world. So what is One Child, One Dream? Most of you would know that Africa Muslims Agency in Lebanon, we've been based there now for the past 5 to 6 years, running different projects. We have a team, as you see some of them with us, who are permanently based in Lebanon. Whether it's running orphan hopes programs, whether it's Ramadan programs, or the Hiyya, with winter season coming up in a few months, whether it's the winter rescue campaign, or ongoing sustainable projects. But we also found the need. When we walk into camps, when you walk into tents, one tent, the story, the situation more dire than the next, you realize, yes, you can take care of their food. Yes, you can take care of their shelter. But what about education? Because you see, education does not mean just learning a subject and gaining knowledge. For us, it may be so. For some of us, maybe for me, it was just a process to go through, that we had to do, to learn something, to attach something to our name. But for refugee children, who for the more than past 10 years, wake up every single day in a space that's half the stage, with nothing around them, that sleep on concrete floors, that have dreams like your dreams, that have dreams like your children's dreams. But they have to negotiate today as much as big as they want their dream, they have to negotiate survival for food. As much as the mother who wakes up in a refugee camp yearns for her child, and I see the mothers in front of me, and we know too well your effort, your sacrifice, which we cannot repay forever. But we acknowledge what you will do, the extent you will go to fulfill your child's dream. The mothers in the camps have the same dreams. But they know they have to survive another day. And if that means that they take off the clothes from their bare backs and burn it to keep their children warm, because as we see in the winter season, it is normal that when mothers wake up, they find their babies frozen to death. Today is an exciting day, and I do not want to make it such a morbid, but I want to share with you the reality and why this tour is so important. Because in a few moments, you're going to hear about dreams. You're going to hear stories. You're going to hear heart-wrenching stories. You're going to smile and you're going to laugh. They're going to touch your heartstrings. But more than that, they're here with a message. The year with a message that there's thousands more children like them in the refugee camps in Lebanon that require a chance at education. Education, yes, it's highly skilled formal education at the Amman school. They get graded, but it's education that means so much more than what they're learning. More than life changing for the child, it is life changing for the entire family. Imagine 650 children at the Amman school gaining knowledge, gaining an education. You're changing an entire generation, not only this child, but for generations to come. Imagine the difference that will make by sponsoring education. And I want us to think it's not sponsoring a child, it's sponsoring a dream. What is a dream? I'm a, I'm a, I'm a colorful person. I think I like to dream weird things and I'm optimist in every situation. So what is a dream? A dream is something that burns, that desire, that ambition, that near, something in your heart so strong. That's a dream. You cannot tangibly you cannot say what it is. It's a deal with Allah that you have. That fulfillment, that contentment, that peace. That's a dream. These children have dreams. But it's not about their dreams today, it's about your dreams. And as we go through today's program, I want you to reach into your heart today and think about your dreams, your children's dreams. And I will share with you how fulfilling your dreams will make a difference to their dreams. Because your deal with Allah, your fulfillment, your niyyah will be the fueling of their dreams, inshallah. So the Aman School provides a platform and a channel for these children to receive an education. Of course, the cost of it includes many other things which are tangible, and we can share that information later. But even that cost is minuscule compared to the generations and dreams that will follow through from that, inshallah. I'm going to hand over to Uncle Ashraf and he will take the program forward, inshallah. Shukran.
Oh, we can do better than that. That's an impassioned. So give him a big round of applause, yeah? Because as I said to you today, the message is important. Hafiz Hussein, Allah bless you and your family, inshallah, and continue to shower you with khair and barakah in all that you do and give you good health and long life that you may continue to do the sterling work. Okay, so I said earlier on I wanted to be this as active participation as possible, right? So I'm going to jump straight into it, and I need 10 children from here to come and help me. So now everybody wants to run away. You're going in the wrong direction. Come, my darling. Here we are with the sunglasses. You come sit here. 1, 2. Okay, stop. My 10 is limited. As in, help Ashraf. Let's get 6 girls. 6 girls and 4 boys. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, I'll leave it to you to decide, right? So, okay, great stuff. Kaiser Chiefs is also here. You got hammered yesterday. You're a proud supporter to be wearing that T-shirt today. Like another collector's item is a Manchester United T-shirt, my boy. Uncle, are you still a supporter? No. Who? Oh, the owner. No, I thought so. You need help. And not just Benny McCarthy. Have we got 4 boys? Come on, let's get up some. Call you just now. Okay. Do we have 6 girls? Yasmin, 6. After 5, before 7. These are 6. Okay, so okay, guys, we'll call you just now for the next activity. Is it okay? When we're going to help Kaiser Chiefs play just now. My man, you've got Jordans on. Great stuff. You're looking too cute. Okay. The joys of working with children. Sit. It's okay. Sit. We'll tie your laces also. Oh, lovely. No, sit here, my darling. Sit. Boys, you guys sit over here. And so this is what we are hoping to do, right? So now we're going to call upon my boys, sit over here. Sir, here. Very good. Follow instructions. Lovely. So now I'm going to call upon our special guest, Ritaj. Ta'al. Come, push your like. Come over here. Very good, Ritaj. MashaAllah. Come, Lama. Come, Nidal. We should be, I think, kind thanks to the owners of Qurtuba, we should be done after Isha with this, right? Hey, mashallah, Zainab. Who's that over there? Zaina and Malak. No, Zaina, Malak. Yes, Amin. Where is Yaman? Hello. Ashraf, the other, what's this? Wardrobe change. Okay. This is Yaman. Yaman, Hamza, and his sister Doha. This is what we want to do. So you see the children have a few props and maybe one or two of them, maybe a costume change as well. And so I'm going to ask before I just call her on, I want to tell you about this amazing woman. I refer to her as the mother of all refugee children, not just these 10 people. I've been blessed and fortunate. I was at the opening of the Aman school. I visited these children in their homes, and I was hosted by a group of people headed by this young, beautiful woman. You know, when somebody puts anything aside, so she's a director of a relief agency, never ever sits in the office or at the desk. Each and every day, together with her team, driving long distances to make sure that families and children have what they need. She's been a visitor to our country, I think 3-4 other times, but I'm really asking you to get engaged and welcome them onto the podium, Sister Jihan Casey. Jihan, before I ask you to say a few words, because I know you don't, need a watch to be speaking, you need a calendar. So I'm going to rather ask you to conduct this activity in terms of translation. Brothers, sisters, innocent children, so what we're going to do. Hussein spoke eloquently, beautifully, and ultra sincerely about the issue of dreams. These children, the 10 on stage, they are fortunate to be at school. And what does education do? It fosters dreams. It's something for us that we, alhamdulillah, as parents take for granted. When the child, these little kids over here and the other smaller ones, by the time they are 3-4 years old, we put their names into a series of schools. When they come to grade 4-5 in the primary school, we start applying to high schools. At the end of matric, we start thinking of, or in matric year, we start thinking of university. That is the logical sequence of life. And Hussein is correct. As parents, we do everything that we can so that our children have better opportunities. That's the reality. In my visit to the camps in Lebanon, the overriding response to my question is to what do you want to be when you're big? What's your dream? And these children unanimously would say, we have no dreams. We have no future. A young girl said to me, 14 years old, in a camp, she says, in the nighttime, I go outside. I look to the stars and I say, oh Allah, why did you put me here? Because this little child is working in the fields of the landowner and earning 50 cents a day from 5 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening, late afternoon, opening herself to abuse, opening herself to harassment and anything else. Child brides, girls getting married at 13 and 14 is the reality and almost a norm. So when Hussein speaks about education at the man school or any other school, goes beyond the maths and science, then this is what education does. It allows particularly the girl child to be in school, saving her from work in the fields and potential marriage. allows her to equip herself with skills that perhaps she can then contribute to the household. And so it's a matter for some people of life and death in the camps. For everyone, though, it is life changing for forever. So in this exercise, I'm going to ask Jian, these kids are all at school, to then speak to the children and then ask the children, given that you are now at school, what are your dreams? What is the potential? And then I'll take it from there. Jian?
Thank you, thank you. First of all, I want to say it's an honor for us to be here in Qurtuba, for all the warm welcome. It's like family gatherings and all treated us like we are home. And I want to say just one thing about the children. When we ask them, how do you feel being in South Africa? They all told us that no one treated us as refugees or as orphans or less than others. We are treated like real kids, and that's what the most that they feel here. Thank you for this. Okay, we will start with Ritaj. Ritaj, بدنا نعرف عن حالك، اسمك وعمرك، شو حابة تصيري في اخبارك؟
أنا اسمي ريتاج عمرو الشكيت،
شو حابة تصيري؟
دكتورة
ليش؟
عشان ساعد العالم.
شو كمان تقولين؟
I love it too much.
Okay, so Ritaj, she's 6. Her big dream is to be a doctor in order to treat all the ill children for free, inshallah.
أنا اسمي لما، عمري 8، حابة أصير دكتورة عشان أعالج العالم. I love you very much.
So Lama wants to be a doctor. She's 8, and I can't translate language, but she's so cute and she has an adorable smile.
السلام عليكم، أنا اسمي محمد نضال مصطفى، عمري 9 سنين. أنا يوم أكبر بحب أصير طيار مشان أشوف العالم.
Okay, so Nidal, he's 9. His dream is to be a pilot. And why he wants to be a pilot? Because he wants to see the whole world. And by the way, Nidal was born in a tent. He became refugees before his birth. His mom, when she left Syria, she was pregnant of him.
أنا اسمي زينب، عمري 11 سنة. أنا حابة أصير مهندسة لأرجع أعمر سوريا ومدرستي اللي اتدمرت وبيتي وغرفتي اللي كنا نقعد فيها أنا ورفيقتي لي.
So Zainab, she's 11. Her dream is to be an engineer because her school in Syria got completely destroyed and she lost her best friend, Lean. So she wants to be an engineer, so she goes back to Syria to rebuild her school, her house, her room that she used to spend time with Lean.
أنا زينة عمري 11 سنة. أنا بس لأكبر أصير محامية مشان ندافع عن حقوق العالم.
Zaina is 11. Her dream is to be a lawyer in order to okay. ليش بدك تصيري محامية؟
لأنه مشان ندافع عن حقوق العالم.
So she wants to be a lawyer in order to be the voice of all other children in the camps in Lebanon.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Malak. My 14. My from Syria. أنا بدي أصير إن شاء الله أعمل أعمال إنسانية وحأكفل كل طفل يتيم لاجئ إن شاء الله، حتى ما حسسن إنه هن أيتام، حتى حسسن إنه أنا أمهم وخليهم كلهم يقولوا لي يا ماما.
So Malak is an Arabic word that means angel. She's 14. Her dream is to be a humanitarian because she got a chance to be helped. So her dream is to be the mother of thousands of orphans, so they don't feel that they are orphans. And she wants to take care of so big number of orphans when she can.
السلام عليكم، اسمي أمين حمود من سوريا، عمري 16 سنة وبحب أطلع مصور عشان أصير مصور وأصور سوريا من رجعت قبل أحلى وإن شاء الله رح ترجع.
So Amin is 16. Amin, he lost his mom and dad in Syria, and his big dream is to be a photographer, and he spends all his time taking pictures in the refugee camp because he wants the world to know that refugee camps has also hope and beauty. It's not just miserable as everyone knows. And when he goes back to Syria, he wants to take pictures and videos for Syria when it's rebuilt, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Yaman Hilmi. I am 14, 15 years old. I'm from Syria, and my dream it's come to international Islamic singer to make my voice visit around the world.
By the way, Yaman is Hafiz since he was 11.
ولآخر لحظة اصنع معروفا واغرس فكرا لا تيأس فالخير بنا فطرا الله استعمرنا والأرض غدا تشهد فحصاد اليوم غراس الأمس وغرس اليوم غدا يحصد لا لا لم نخلق عبثا حاشانا بل لنعمرها دنيانا لنمهد دربا كي يأتي جيل يستكمل ما كان لا لا لن تسكن همتنا ما دامت فينا غايتنا فلنحيا في الكون كراما إحسان يتلو الإحسانا لم نخلق عبثا حاشانا وختام خواطر فلنأمل لشباب اليوم غدا أفضل جيل يأتي جيل يكمل ولآخر لحظة اصنع معروفا واغرس فكرا لا تيأس فالخير بنا فطرا الله استعمرنا والأرض غدا تشهد فحصاد اليوم غراس الأمس وغرس اليوم غدا يحصد غدا يحصد غدا يحصد.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hamza. I'm 14 years old. I'm Palestinian from Syria. I want to be a businessman to help refugees, children, and orphans from my money, like someone helped me.
Assalamu alaikum. My name Duha. I am Duha Mahmoud. I am 12 years old. I am Palestinian from Syria. حلمي يصير مصورة عشان صور التغيير اللي راح يصير فلسطين وورجي الناس إنه راح يصير تغيير.
So Duha, she's 12. She's an orphan from the Palestinian camps. She's Palestinian from Syria, so she's twice refugees. Her dream is to be a photographer because she wants to document the change that will be in Palestine that she never visited, but she has Palestinian identity. Thank you. Yaman and Nidal prepared something. حاضرين شو قالوا؟ مع بعض.
انت هو
يلا مع بعض كلنا مع بعض.
العمر يوم فلتحيا
مخلدا ذكرى سعيدة
قل للمحبة بسم الله
وابدأ سعادة جديدة
كالغيث كن أملا وجد من دون مقياس سقيا الجمال تبثها لتطيب أنفاس
طمئن قلوب الناس أن الناس للناس كالغيث كن سببا لتحيي قلب إنسان
جد بالذي تحسنه مهما كان
أوليس يجزى محسن إلا
بإحسان
قلبي اطمأن
فكلنا كالغيث للغيث
ما زالت الدنيا بخير.
بخير.
You want to sing something else? You want to do Cameroon quickly? Nidal, you want to do Cameroon? Okay. Yeah, this guy now he needs no further invitation. But I do want to tell you this, right? So when he sings and you hear the children speak, this is confidence that education gives. And I mean this sincerely, right? I had the pleasure, particularly, and we stayed in the Yasamin camp, and Aman over here, Hafid Aman, he was my chaperone. Took me around to where I needed to be. And so this was 10 months ago, I think October last year. And we couldn't speak to each other in terms of language, certainly with hearts connecting, it was fine. But now he's able to converse in English, not that the English is important, but it is the confidence that education gives. This little guy, Nidal, it's easy to think, oh, no, shame, he's a refugee, he's in the camp. But as I'll show you again later on, each and every one of them have the potential that our kids have. In that sense, they are no different. All we need to speak about is the opportunity. And I remind you again, these 10 are representative of thousands. So I know we've all seen the clips, we've heard the boys sing, etc. So let's give it up here in Qurtuba, Gauteng for Mr. Nidal.
قمر سدنا النبي قمر قمر سدنا النبي قمر وجميل سيدنا النبي وجميل وكف المصطفى كالورد ينادي الله الله وعطر يبقى إذا مست أيادي الله الله وعم لواله كلنا عبادي وعم لواله كلنا عبادي حبيب الله يا خير البراء يا قمر سيدنا النبي قمر
MashaAllah. Beautiful. There's nothing more beautiful than the sound of an angelic voice speaking about the moon and the Prophet's face. Now, for you 10 children over here, you're here for a purpose, right? You're not just sitting here. So, who of you wants to sing Cameroon as well? Don't all put up your hand at once. It's okay. I can handle this. No? Great stuff. So, I'm going to do a little exercise. Alia, you have the cards? Great stuff. I'm going to call upon the head of our marketing team here in South Africa, Alia, who's going to, just by way of illustration, this is all. Auntie Alia here is going to give you this blue card. There's no money, it's not a voucher, it's just a blue card. It's a blue card. You must keep this. It's a blue card. It's a blue card. Which color are you going to get? It's a blue card. A blue card. Oh, great. We got enough. Excellent. Hey, my man has also got one. Kaiser Chiefs. Where's Kaiser Chiefs? Kaiser Chiefs haven't got one. So yellow cards and red cards in soccer. The blue card is what is issued to each and every refugee in the camp. The saddest reality, as the Nojian will tell us later, is that there are jobs that are then excluded for you if you are a refugee, particularly the Palestinian refugees. So if young Palestinian persons had gone off, maybe fortunate to be at school, then go to university and study medicine, and they'd be told that they are not allowed to practice medicine as a Palestinian in Lebanon. So by way of illustration, we give these cards to our children. So to the parents of these particular kids here, and all of us that Allah is blessed with children, and inshallah we'll do in the future for those who are not married or don't have any kids yet, I want you just to pause and think. Imagine we had the dream, but we didn't have the opportunity and the means. Our special guests shared their dream, from doctor, pilot, photographer, nasheed singer, etc., etc., etc. And I know these little guys, our South African kids over here, have dreams as well. But I give them the blue card, and sadly the blue card, the dream is gone. But Amman School of Excellence represents a change in that dream. I can't stress this enough. These 10 kids are in school. There are thousands that are not. And our gathering here is this whole plan to assist the others who can't attend the school because of finance. I've given these children a blue card and made them refugees. In doing so, I condemn them to a life of perhaps poverty, illiteracy, ignorance, hard labor. And if we don't change that cycle with education, and has been the case for too many families in the refugee camps, their children too will be condemned to a life like this. Each and every one of us, by whatever means possible, can change that today. So my dear boys and girls, I ask that you take these blue cards with you. You go to school tomorrow, no matter which school you are at, and you say to them, I was at the stunning function yesterday and they gave me this blue card. So this blue card means we're going to help other children in another part of the world go to school. Will we do that, Beyonce? Will we do that? Miss Palestine? Will you do that? Will do. Great stuff. So give them a big round of applause. Moms and dads, thanks for lending us your children. You guys can go back and sit down and allow us to continue with our program. I'm going to call Jehan back just to share one or two stories with Hamza, Aman, some of the children's stories, please.
Inshallah. Amin? Where are the pictures that Amin took? وين الصور تاخدتهم? Okay. Can we bring some of the photos that Amin took? Okay, احكي بعبير. Okay, Amin is a very special boy, especially to my heart. I have known him since he was 6. And he loves to share his story. He wants just to show the others that with determination, even if you lose everything, with the determination and hope, you can make a difference.
السلام عليكم، اسمي أمين حمود من سوريا. كنت أنا وأختي بالمدرسة، غير صار الحرب ونزلت القذيفة اللي عنا على البيت، غير توفوا أهلي الله يرحمهم، وجينا على لبنان. تعرفنا على جيهان وتعرفنا على أما، وأنا مكفول من أما وبدرس بمدرسة أمان سكول. وأمان سكول أعطت فرص كبيرة كتير للأولاد وفرحت أطفال كتير، وإن شاء الله رح تضل بهالشي بفضل رب العالمين وبعدين بفضلكم. وأنا حاب أطلع مصور عشان أصور سوريا وقت بترجع قبل أحلى، وإن شاء الله راح ترجع.
So Amin, he was at school in Syria with his sister. Suddenly bombings happened. Then he returned back home. He found that the whole building was down, and he asked about his mom and dad. They told him they died. He came to Lebanon to live in a refugee camp in a tent with his old grandfather. At the beginning, he used to have trauma. He still has trauma, but at the beginning, it was really, really trauma because he saw destruction. He saw people dying, children his age also were dying. And so we had a special program called Basamat. It means smiles. It's like psychosocial support program for kids who suffered from trauma. Alhamdulillah, Amin was the first orphan to be sponsored at Africa Muslims Agency, and he became the voices of so many children. And his biggest dream is to be a photographer. Some of the pictures that you are seeing now here, Amin took with his camera, and he goes to Aman school, and he's telling you that Aman, it's like a safe zone for all of the children that attend there, and there are still hundreds of children that don't have access to education. Thank you, Amin. Malak. قصتك اللي بدك اياها معلش كمان
عن التعليم ولا عن
قصتك اول شيء وبعدين انه انت البنات الزواج المبكر.
احنا وقت صار الحرب بسوريا وطلعنا من سوريا اجينا، اول ما اجينا سكننا بمخيم. كان المخيم اول مو مبني، يعني بس مجرد تراب بالارض وشادر وفي كم خشبه مو اكتر. فبالشتاء يعني نقوم نلاقي حالنا عم نسبح بالطين بكل معنى الكلمة، وبالصيف نحترق من الشوب. الشادر مجرد بلاستيك رقيق كتير، فلهيك إن البطانيات اللي نتغطى فيها نحطها الصبح على الحيطان كرمال ما نباين لبرا. وهيك بعد ما استقرينا بعد سنة ونص والحمد لله صار يعني وضعنا كتير منيح بالخيمة. صار انفجار انفجر المخيم وراحت الخيمة وراح كل شيء ورجعنا بدينا من الصفر. يعني ما كان عنا أي شيء ولا أي شيء. فإجت جيهان والحمد لله رب العالمين كفلتنا وصار وضعنا أحسن والحمد لله.
So Malak, she's 14 now. She remembers the first time she came to Lebanon. She found herself in a tent. It was the only shelter that they got, but she's telling you about this tent. It's very cold in winter. She lives in an area called Arsal, so the temperature there is below the 10, below 10. So it's very freezing there. Imagine yourself living in a tent surrounded by snow. Temperature is very low, and you don't have heating means. And also, she's saying after we settled in a tent, it got also the whole camp got burned, and many children died because of gas. And I remember when we visited her for the first time 4 years ago, she had only one outfit. So when her mother wants to clean it or wash it, she used to cover herself with a blanket in order to finish that. When it dries, then she will wear it again. And her biggest dream is to be a humanitarian, to help others get access to education. And here I want to say something about girls in the age of Malak. In the camps, we have a problem early marriage crisis. Girls and the camps got married at the age of 12, 13, 14 because they don't have access to education. So their families just send them to force them for marriage. This is really, and she wants to be the voice of all these girls. So she wants to prevent this crisis. Yaman?
Sorry for the interruption, but I just want to say that brothers, we and ladies, we will perform the Dhuhr Salah at about 1:30. So please just allow us to conduct the program and don't necessarily leave. Inshallah, then we will perform Salah and then come back. And then I do, and in your time spent over here, to know more about the children, I'm going to ask you, we put together these beautiful boards, and I really want to say kudos to the marketing team led by Alia and by Ashraf. There's some boards over here, and quite honestly, by the bunny enclosure, you'll see some boards with great detail about the children. If I can just interrupt you, if you don't mind, Jihan, I just wanted to give you an indication and maybe for us to wake up a little bit as to what life in the camp is like. Really, as these children live there. So everybody's, so eager to meet them, and you're going to have an opportunity, and I want you to interact with them and take photographs and speak to them, etc. Because quite honestly, I want to acknowledge people like Aisha. Where's Aisha? I saw her sitting over here somewhere. She was with us on the, what's the name, and of course Mayroon, with his Malak, and this is the type of connection. Sister Mayroon was with us in Lebanon, and I think Malak has, in one of the pictures, has a scarf still. And this has been the case because when hearts connect, it's easy to speak. But to give you an indication as to what life is like in the camp, those who are able to, and I don't mean maybe the seniors, right? But everybody else, just for some exercise as well, can we all stand up? And then we'll take it from there. Everybody, uppy, those who are able to. If you are carrying a child either in your arms or, on your person, or you are senior, and then we'll see how it goes. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, yeah? And if you answer yes to any of these, you must sit down. Are we ready? It's another very, Hado. Beautiful. Great stuff. So those of us who are standing, I'm speaking to you. If in the past 2 weeks you bought new clothes, please sit down. If in the past 2 weeks you've bought, now don't feel bad about it, it's okay. Whether it was from Louis Vuitton or Mr. Price, sit down. Don't worry about it. Just don't feel bad, it's okay. You're blessed. If in the, or you are lucky to go to soccer practice, guys, the Chiefs, man, if you are lucky to go to soccer practice, please sit down. Nobody? Maybe a rugby practice? Cricket practice? Monopoly? Swimming? Sorry? Tennis? Okay. Any sport practice? Sit down. Horse? Michael, what sport do you play that you're sitting? You play horse riding. No, you do horse riding. Great stuff, man. Lucky you. If in the past 3 days, just 3 days, yeah, not asking for too much, in the past 3 days, you had eggs, sit down. Now we know what you're eating. In the past 3 days, you ate eggs, sit down. So this is both to the parent and the children. To the parent and to the child. If you read bedtime stories to your child, or the child, your mom or your daddy reads to you, can you guys sit down? You're a good mom, don't worry. If you know how to ride a bike, obviously for the children, okay, and maybe for the seniors as well. If you know how to ride a bike, sit down. It's okay to stand alone. Great, I'll come to you, my dear. If in the past week you have eaten chocolate, sit down. Serious? You say, what? 5 slabs? Yo. I'm not done. If in the past week you have eaten meat, sit down. Sister, you still standing? No. You never, alhamdulillah, I'm glad. If in the past week you have had running water for bathing, please sit down. Sister, you still standing? You're not standing? I'm confused. Now, not here to guilt you. I don't work like that. There's nobody standing. Apart from the cameraman, great job. You're supposed to stand, right? If in the past week you've used the camera, sit down. Okay, that's a video camera. If in the past week you've used a video camera, sit down. You're a good man. Anthony and Bilal, the Uber. Now listen to me nicely. So those questions are almost basic in our lives, yeah? Almost basic. Chocolate, eggs, bathing with running water. These kids and the thousands like them, I will never forget this. I handed a tray. We were doing, a handout of food, not a handout, but relief to a family in a camp. There were 10 people in this household. Household is a big word. It was maybe just twice the size of this gazebo. And I handed a tray of 24 eggs to this mother. And she said to me, this will last 20 days. 10 people. And she was going to share this. We handed, the only time often they will have meat is at the time of Eid al-Adha, when we have the sacrifice and the meat is distributed. So this notion of we'll go to soccer practice, I know how to ride a bike, things that we take extremely for granted, for not just these 10 children, but for the lives of children in the refugee camps in Lebanon, these are far out dreams. And so when I speak to you and Hussein and its children, I'm trying to remind you all the time, my dear brothers and sisters, moms, dads, granddads, and innocent children. One, don't feel guilty about wealth that Allah has blessed you with, but feel guilty indeed if you are not prepared to share of that and uplift humanity. So I'm asking you to search into your heart. Don't worry about your wallet. Whatever we can manage. It costs 16, as Hafiz Hussein said, 16,000 rand for each child. Not these children only, the thousands at home who are not in school. 16,000 rand covers tuition, covers food at the school, covers transport to the school, books, etc. I've been to the school. It's a real school comparable to any other one. Excellent facilities, dedicated, qualified teachers. It's not a shame refugee school. Brick buildings with bathroom facilities. They teach the Lebanese curriculum, certified. So with our matric certificate, if you can try and imagine like that, they too have that over there. And so I'm thrilled that so many of you have come out today to support, but there must come a time when we put the support in our heart and we must match that with action. And that action must be the more children we put into school, the better future for thousands of families in Lebanon. I'm going to call Jihan back with some of the children to share some more of the stories, please.
Okay, Yaman. Come, Yaman. I love to share the story of Yaman. He always inspires all of us. يمان خبرنا قصتك وشو لقيت ليش حفظت القرآن على عمر 11 كيف كان وضعكم منيح بسوريا كيف صار وضعكم احكي عربي.
بداية ما اجينا على لبنان كان الوضع كتير صعب بما انه كنا عايشة مرتاحة والحمد لله بسوريا. اختلف وضعنا من الأرض للسماء لما انتقلنا للبنان. عشنا بمخيم فترة سنة وبعدين صار الوضع يصعب ويصعب أكتر كل ما ازداد فترة القعدة بالمخيم. ما لقينا غير القرآن إنه نلتجئ له لحتى الله يبارك لنا وحتى الله يفرج عنا عن هالأمة الهم والكرب. الحمد لله ضليت أحفظ يوميا بمساعدة أمي وخلال 4 سنين قدرت أختم القرآن وقدرت نمي موهبتي بالصوت وقدرت وصلها لكتير عالم.
So Yaman is telling you how he memorized the whole Quran at the age of 11. When he came from Syria with his family used to be in good condition. His father used to have a business. He used to hire 35 persons, supporting people, donating zakat and everything to needy people. Suddenly they lost everything and they came to find themselves in a tent. The father was not okay mentally because it was a shock for him. So the mother found herself alone in a tent with Yaman and his brother, Abdul Hadi. So because his mom is really an amazing woman, she found that the Quran is the only solution just to feel peace inside this tent. And she started day by day just reading Quran for them. And she discovered that he can memorize the Quran easily. So for 4 years, his mother was helping him, and he was memorizing. At the age of 11, he memorized the whole Quran, and he spent the day at school. He is at Aman school. He helps the other children memorize Quran and say nasheed. دكتور نشيد Quran.
بدي أكمل بس. وبعدها تعرفت على جوجو وعرفتني على أما، وتعرفت على بابا عمران، وتعرفت على الجميع وانكفلت من قبلهم، والحمد لله تحسنت بكل شيء بوضعنا وكل شيء، والحمد لله قدرت كمان نمي موهبتي لحتى قوية أكتر وأكتر.
And then he met Amma, and they supported him. He got sponsored. They helped him develop his talent. We brought sheikh that helps him in tajweed, and to someone to help him with the voicing and in regards of nasheed. And he became so amazing saying Quran and nasheed. لا 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 قرآن ونشيد.
نشيد أو قرآن؟ نشيد أو قرآن؟
They want you to read nasheed, so you read nasheed. Okay. You know, popular one, any one that you choose, but do nasheed.
قبل منامي مر ببالي وحي سؤال، لو أن لعمري ميزانا ما المكيال، أيقاس العمر بأيام أم أعوام، فتأملت جلست أفكر فيما يذكر حين يقال رحم الله فلان كان وكان وكان، لن تذكر إلا الأعمال. أعمارنا أعمالنا وبها سمت أسماؤنا، نمضي وتبقى ها هنا آثارنا. لن أنتظر الفرصة حتى ترأى بي، بل أصنعها بالإصرار الملتهب. لن أقضي وقتي باللوم وبالعتاب، فكثير مروا وقليل ممن ذكروا حين يقال رحم الله فلان كان وكان وكان، لن تذكر إلا الأعمال. أعمارنا أعمالنا وبها سمت أسماؤنا، نمضي وتبقى ها هنا آثارنا. أعمارنا أعمالنا وبها سمت أسماؤنا، نمضي وتبقى ها هنا آثارنا.
MashaAllah, yeah man, and you want to hear some more of him later on, yes? You must read Quran. Yeah, what else?
بدو الرحمن. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن، خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. الشمس والقمر بحسبان، والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Anything else? No? Is that enough? Great. And that's just beautiful. I said to you earlier, there are few things more beautiful than the angelic voice of a young child singing Allah's words and the praises to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I said to him, please read Ar-Rahman. So obviously I was with them in Cape Town last week. So I said to him, no, please read it again. And I know there was a request from here. And he says to me, whole of South Africa loves Ar-Rahman. But I remind you that 31 times in this beautiful surah, hauntingly, Allah asks us 31 times, and which of thy Lord's favors will you deny? Now you stop and think in your own life, right, as I do in mine. So you want this guy to read, and he reads, and it touches our heart. But 31 times in the surah, Allah asks us, and which of thy Lord's favors will you deny? And today we speak about the denial of gratitude. For me, part of meeting these stunning children is that we must understand how grateful we must be. As I mentioned earlier, Aisha, Mayrun, and a group of other persons, we went off and met with these children. I explained to you the situation of the camps. We did the exercise where nobody remained standing. So the first thing when Allah tells us, and if you are grateful, I will give you more. For us to teach our children the sense of gratitude without the guilt. No reason to feel guilty. If Allah has blessed us with wealth, enjoy it. But let us give of that to share. One announcement before I continue. Moms, dads, and maybe moms, dads themselves, can I ask you please, the owners of Qurtuba have asked, and we are so grateful to them for hosting us here today, that you don't allow either your child or you yourself to go into the paddocks where the horses are. They can't take responsibility. If the horse kicks you, you might wake up and your clothes will be out of fashion. And that would be on you. And so I'm really asking, try not to catch the hares, the bunnies, and whatever you do, don't go near the ostrich, because that is a particularly dangerous animal with two toes, one pointing forward and one pointing backward, that can whack you from any side, as it were. Before we go to mosque, I'm going to call upon Jihan to come back on the stage. And I want to help relieve you of some money, but to give you, quite honestly, a keepsake to take home, to treasure. Small little auction. Just as a word of advice, alhamdulillah, I brought my special specs with today. So this is not the time to be waving at somebody else across this little area. This is not a time, ladies, with respect to suddenly be fixing your scarf like this or anything like that. It's going to cost you thousands, yeah? So Jihan has an incredibly special item that we want to hand over to the highest bidder. I'm going to say now already, we don't want for any of the items to go less than, ideally, less than a sponsorship for a child, yeah? So let's just start and make this easy for all of us and go and pray. But every item that we have is linked to a story, is unique, that will find a special place in your heart, in your home, in your office, or whatever you choose to then utilize it. So Jihan, the first piece is a piece of embroidery, but I know it's much more than that, so you can tell us about it, please.
This beautiful item was made by 10 years old girl. Her name is Tawasif. Tawasif was supposed to come with us, but we couldn't get her a passport because she has no guardian, no one just to sign for her papers. Tawasif, when her dad died, her mom was pregnant of her. And when she was born, her mom died during delivery because she was giving her birth in a tent. She lived with her grandfather for 5 years. She was the only person she got in life. But her grandmother got very sick and she died. When she started to know art thing, and she loves to do art thing and embroidery. The first thing she did 2 years ago, uh, drawing her grandmother. And when we ask every child to give us something precious to their heart, and then they wanted to offer it to other people that can help other children go to school, she gave me this. She said, please, it's so precious to my heart, but if anyone can get it and sponsor children to go to school, I will be so happy because I can do another one for my grandmother because I want her to stay with me. She's the only one I got. So this is from a girl called Tawasif from Syria.
Great stuff, Jihan. If those of you need to perhaps see it close up, Tawasif from Syria has knitted, embroidered this for her granny. But because she wants for someone else who's fortunate like her to be at the Man School of Excellence, she's given this thing that she's made with love for her grandmother and said, please take this and then give someone else an opportunity to go to school like me. So let's just go hands up. And brothers, sisters, let's do this quickly. And, let's not still start at, 10 Rand or anything of that sort. And ideally, as I said, let's make this little kid who took the time to do this for her grandmother, and let's put another child at the Amman School of Excellence. I say to you again, the 16,000 Rand covers tuition, books, uniform, stationery, feeding at the school, and transport to and from the camps to the school. So who will put up the hands first? Don't say, wait for someone else, or even just part of 16,000 Rand. Collectively, I'm sure we can do this. Sorry, do you guys in Joburg know how this works, right? Oh, wait. Help me here. Where? So I see you, my brother. Subhanallah. The brother over here says 16,000 Rand, a full sponsorship. There's a second sponsorship, but okay, there's just a rider. This brother has suggested he wants to return the embroidered thing to Tawasif to give back to her grandmother so that she can keep it. So I have two sponsorships on that side. Are you guys okay with that condition? Or do you actually want this? Anybody else? Do I have three sponsorships? My darling, how are you? Is that four? No? Okay. Just saying hello. Anybody else? Please. Oh, great. Very important question I was asked. Do we need to do it in full or can we do this monthly? Very definitely you can do this monthly. And I think it works out to 1,300 to 1,233 or something like that over 12 months. So if you want to be paying a sponsorship for a child at the Amman School of Excellence, you pay 16,000 Rand, however suits you best. No problemo whatsoever. So sister, I have another one over here of the volunteers. We can give them a number. So this is four I have. I have another one over here, the man with, let me say, Liverpool cap. He's got red. Let me not say Man United. Great stuff. Come on. Are you guys playing with on this side? Where are we? So I think, thank you for starting this, my brother. 1, 2, 3, over there. We have 5. Nabila, is that still over there? I see there's a brother over there with my man, do I see you? I see you, volunteers. There's a gentleman with the black and white stripe. Bilal, are you with him? I have 6. Let's just go. No, I like the number 10. It just sounds good. So I'm at 6. Mommies, I see you, my brother. I see you. I have 7. So volunteers, there's a gentleman over there with the cream jersey, and I have 8. Yes, when a young girl gives to another young girl. Fatima, say it. Sorry, Fatima, there's that man over there. He's standing with his hands up. I see this boy over here. I have 9. Where's 10? This is over here. Jazakumullah. 15 actually. also. Great, no, both of these people. Both, those are two separate people there. Awesome. Mayron, is your hand up or you're just looking gorgeous? No? So I think we had about 12. Come on, guys. Gee. Where? The girl, I see you behind the swings. Okay, sorry, this girl over here, this little girl has had a hand up for a while. We're saying just over here. This little young, beautiful girl over here. Beyonce, you with her? Okay, I'm with you. We're saying there's a girl at the swings. I think, Bilal, where are you, my man? Come on, guys, do me proud. You can pay this off. Wait. I see my main man over here with the stove and the hoodie. Fatima Sayed, the boys reaching for the stars. I see this beautiful girl in pink. Lovely, Jennifer Lopez. And the one behind is also just giving me a wave. Nabila, yes? Sorry, we've got another one over there. Beautiful. I think we had about 16. Just 4 more quickly. No, man. 1,233 rands a month. Okay. If we want to maybe, okay, let's get to, my brother, I see you over there. Great stuff. So, volunteers, I see you walking. The handsome gentleman over there. I think there he is sitting down. Great stuff. Anybody else? Unique opportunity, yeah? Wallah, you will change lives forever. The reward is with Allah. Where? Behind. Over there, you were hiding away. I see you, 1 second. Volunteer persons. Fadil, Fatima Sayed over here. This girl sitting behind the lady on the chair. Where are you? I see you in the middle over here. Hassan, give them a slip, please. You guys like the number 50? Just a thought that came in my head. I don't know. My boy, did you get a slip already? Hussein, the guy with the, what's his name? And then these two couple, this a lady over here, and then this couple. You guys get a slip? Okay, Hassan, could you give a slip to this ladies over here? You got it? That boy over there was saying? With the thobe and the yeah. You guys are playing. Nawila, thank you. You've got the notice? Hassan, everybody else sorted out there? Please be my eyes over there. I see somebody right over there with the white cap. Hassan, straight at the back over there. I see you, my dear, with the white cap and the sling bag and all of that stuff. With the blue zip. Straight with the white cap and the Nike cap. That you? Yep, I got you. Thank you so much. There's a girlie under the gazebo, mashallah. You know, I see you with the black. Hassan, just here behind the gazebo where your mom is. Nabila, over here, just walk straight, Nabila. There we are, Hassan, the young girl over here. Are you giving a standing ovation or are you going somewhere? Okay, great. Anybody else? Can we take the brothers, the first brother's suggestion, if you don't mind? I know alhamdulillah, are we going to stop? Yeah? The girl at the tree, I see you with the beautiful brown. Hussein? So we're still at 7. I see this young man over here, mashallah, always thrilling when young people are putting up their hands. Can one of our team please get to this young man over here, Fatima? This young man here with the white hoodie. So we are on 8. Anybody else? Yeah, that's precise. Sorry, I heard that. I got the supersonic hearing. We can give 400 rands a month and within a family, yeah? So if we had 3 people giving 400, I was with you, my brother. If you give 400 rand, 3 people, that's 1,200 rand. The man owns Man United, so what the hell are you worried about? See, no, but it's a great idea. I'm not asking to be great, right? We've got a card machine. Come along today and swipe the card. Great stuff. But if not, if you as one individual can't manage, because I want to say to you this, right? You are going to adopt this child, academically at least. You're going to get a profile from our great team, the Orphan Hope program and the Aman School program. You'll get the name of the child, the grade of the child, and when we get reports, we will send the reports to you. So I don't want you to think, well, great, you're just giving the 16,000, that's the end of it. I really want you to take ownership of this child at school the way you would do of your own. So I've got about 3 minutes left on this particular item. Anybody else? I don't want to miss out on anybody, and I don't want to miss out on the unique opportunity. I see somebody, there's a hand up. I see there next to Auntie Rashida. I see her. Thank you so much. My man, the assistant owner, Man United. Assistant owner. Are we on? Here we go. Here we go. Hassan, my main man over there, the assistant owner of Man United. Because they spend a lot of money on transfers. They don't have money enough. So great stuff. Let's enter the names of the kids. Anybody else? I want you to miss the opportunity. Then the last thing I want to say quickly, if perhaps you didn't want to put your hand up, and I see somebody, you're pointing at the Bila? Wait. Lady in the blue jersey. Lady in the blue jersey. How about that turquoise? Or like mint green. Colorblind in Joburg also. If you perhaps not so comfy in raising your hand, and I understand that, yeah, then please, come and see one of us and any one of our volunteers, and then share your name with us, and we'll make a note, and we'll take it from there. We're going to take this beautiful piece of embroidery, and I think the first brother's suggestion is the best. And I really am grateful to you. It speaks volumes of your generosity, my brother, that we will take this back to Lebanon, and we'll give it to this young girl, and to say that on this day, the 14th of August, at the picnic, we made this available, and maybe 25 people said that because of this beautiful story, the love and the effort of this beautiful child for her grandmother, it inspired others to put not one, but whatever the number is, 20, 25 children at the Amman school. And then the brother suggested we take it back to give back to the child, and then she can share this act of love with the children, with her grandmother, but knowing that there are children in the school because of it. So we're going to break for Salah. However, particularly obviously the ladies and those who are unable to make Salah, you will be here, and so I'm going to ask Jihan perhaps to continue then introducing some of the children as well. Please, a reminder, stay out of the paddocks. Don't go into any of the enclosed areas whatsoever. Please support the wonderful food vendors that have come. We'll enjoy what's in the picnic boxes. And then don't go away, because we're spending the entire day. There is still the amazing races to come. And the winner of that race, of course, is going to go. There's a big overseas prize for that. So please stay tuned. You're going to go to Robben Island. And so, so make very sure that you stay for that as well. Okay, so the participants of the amazing race, Beyonce and friends, the participants of the amazing race, can you meet here at 2 o'clock, please? Yeah? Then we can teach you the layout so that hopefully you can come back by about 7 o'clock. Otherwise, we'll send out the search party at that time.
There's dream catcher, candle making, and cap decoration starting at 2.
Great stuff. The dream catcher, candle making, and cake decorating. That's starting at 2 o'clock. So really, just make a day of it, and and please do me a favor. Those of you who wish to interact with the children. We'll get the others. And please do me a favor, those of you who maybe get up and come and interact with the children when we're done on the stage, please come and do that. It would be great. Those of you who take photographs, selfies, knock yourselves out. Zainab. Jihan.